And then Chris and Taina is funny because about a month or two prior to this thing coming to us, they were like, we would love to move to Florida. Dad, we're moving to Florida. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we're going to move to Florida sometime soon. And I was like, okay, bye. We're going to Puerto Rico. And then this thing happens. We always had it in our plan to relocate, but honestly, Florida was never on the map. We talked about it, and that conversation may have lasted 5 minutes. I mean, honestly, it was more of a, if you guys have ever heard me speak, like one of my favorite places was Northern Virginia, like the Virginia area. And part of the reason was because I still have I have so much family in that area, but family that I really like. And then I just like what they're doing out there. I like what the people that I like, what they're doing out there. So we always just enjoy it when we go. But, and we were planning to relocate there. I talked about it for about 2.5 years. And then, talking to some of my colleagues, and looking at the numbers and how things have grown so much over the last few years. I mean, in ways that honestly 3 years ago, I couldn't even fathom the numbers. And now it's like real, and and what we're expecting for this year is just crazy. So a number of my colleagues, like one of the things I've had colleagues that actually, we've had conversations and I've had colleagues, go to Florida, just the whole change in environment and the good, all the good stuff that comes with this environment change. And like we also I thought about Puerto Rico, like, because I have some colleagues that have actually relocated half the year to Puerto Rico. I do have some in-laws because originally that's where my wife was born. She lived there maybe a year or two, but we have in-laws. My father-in-law's in Puerto Rico. We've gone back and forth a few times, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I love Puerto Rico. When I go, I really enjoy Puerto Rico. I got approached with this Florida thing. I wasn't searching. Someone approached me. I thought the guy was fake. He's international. He's an international investor. He owns properties all over the world. And he's not from the United States, but he's a little bit tired of his Florida stuff because the people that are doing it for him, they're not doing a good job. And, he wants to focus on some of his other international stuff. So, he found me. He reached out to me. Again, I'm like, okay, who's trying to scam me? And so I said, okay, let's set up a Zoom session with him and talk to him. So I got the team on, Taina, Chris, Rosa. We had a conversation. Like, he seems real, seemed like a real guy and kind of cool. And then Rosa said, Dad, remember what was part of your vision, right? You wanted to hit your 7 figures with your portfolio. You didn't necessarily have a plan as to how you were going to get them all this year to get over that number, but maybe this is what you didn't see. And I was like, yeah, you might be right. Chris and Taina is funny because about a month or two prior to this thing coming to us, they were like, we would love to move to Florida. Dad, we're moving to Florida. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we're going to move to Florida sometime soon. And I was like, okay, bye. We're going to Puerto Rico. And then this thing happens. And then I'm like, okay, So then as I look at, again, from a business perspective, all the things that we're doing as a family and, you know, the things that we're doing with you all, and it's like, if we were all together, so I'm thinking about, all right, if we do this thing, like there's some really great reasons as a family to do it. And it'll even better prepare us for what the expectations are for 2022. So the numbers make sense. Let's go take a look. Like there's more than a 50% chance that I would do it. So let's go take a look at it. So we came down in August, we stayed a week. We stayed at one of the places. We went and checked out all the places. He wasn't here, he was overseas. You know, we met team on the ground here that was doing their thing. We got a feel for the area, you know, and it was like, okay, right? Still didn't make a decision if we're gonna do it or not, but it's now better than 50% chance that we're gonna do it. But what I said was, all right, now that we're gone, we'll talk about it in another week. Everybody just sleep on it for a week. Just let it marinate for a week. We all came back together and everybody was very excited. And, you know, remember what I tell you guys, like I practice what I preach. And what I said was, you know, what I thought about is it's about relationship. Right? It is about relationship. This isn't just a transaction. This relationship is going to be worth over a couple $1 million. This relationship, the way it sits now, without even doing anything more. So fine, I can kind of bend the rules a little bit. Normally I don't, you know me, I don't run around. Like we can do all this stuff electronic, we can do. So let's go see him. Like it ain't about making money in reviews. If I don't have my peace of mind, if I can still keep this stuff simple, I ain't doing it.